New on Daybreak, it is time for us to help you honor one of Central Indiana's top teachers with our Wish TV Golden Apple Award.
We take your nominations and visit a school and surprise the teacher with $500 and a nomination video. That's the best part. All about the impact they've had on their students. But sometimes they've helped more than just the kids. Brenna Donnelly is here with this month's surprise.
This surprise has a very special place in our hearts, guys. I think you're going to really like it. This teacher is in Carmel Clay Schools and was nominated by a parent who said she's a recovering addict and her choices had unintentional effects on her kids. They were really behind in school and they needed someone to come to the rescue. Meet Cherie Struve. She's taught hundreds of children.
I literally came to my brother's parent night just so I can see her.
She's inspired dozens of teachers.
She taught me how to teach and just how to love on kids, and she was just a really great mentor teacher.
It just makes me a proud principal.
But for one family in Carmel, Mrs. Cherie Struve changed the course of their lives.
We moved to Carmel about 5 years ago. My husband and I are recovering alcoholics and addicts. So we went into treatment and we wanted to get to a really good community for our kids.
Brandy Hitzman and her husband are recovering from their addictions, but their decisions had an impact on their children.
Alexandra had never passed any state standardized testing. She was held back. Michael as well was held back his first year in Carmel because they were just so far behind.
Then Alexandra got into Mrs. Struve's 5th grade class.
Miss Struve, she came up with a plan for Alex.
Alexandra took I-Step, then looked the other way.
And we gave up on checking because at that point there was just no use of it.
But one day at the park,
Struve, I see her walking up and she had this big smile on her face and she goes, "Did you hear the news?" Alex and I looked at her and we said no. And she goes, "Alexandra passed the I-Step." And she gave her the biggest hug.
I never passed before, so it was actually the most amazing thing in my whole entire life. And to be honest, I still wish I was in her class, even till this day.
So now, fast forward, and I have Michael in Miss Struve's class. She's provided the encouragement and the love, and she just surrounds him in warmth.
We'll leave the story there for now and surprise Mrs. Struve first thing in the morning. So we're going to totally interrupt math class.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Wait, what are you doing?
What's happening? Come over here. Are you Mrs. Struve?
I am.
Are you?
Wait, are you the 8 news?
We are from Wish TV.
Hi.
I'm Brenna Donnelly. We've got Bailey and Wood here too. And we are surprising you, I'm assuming, in class to tell you you have won the Wish TV Golden Apple Award.
Oh my God.
So Bailey and Wood is here from Bailey and Wood Mortgage to tell you a little bit about what you've won.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you so
I'm sure
much.
shock's kind of.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not handling
You're
that well.
good. So we actually have a little trophy for you. He's got that for you.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then we also have a $500 check for you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Just to kind of say thanks.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, it's an honor. I love what I do, and the kids are the ones who make it worth it. And
There's one student in this room who's not surprised at all. Michael, can you come over here?
oh, Mike, buddy, thank you so much.
Hey, Michael,
My little nugget.
will you tell Mrs. Struve what you did with us this week?
But we got interviewed and for the speech, and we told a little bit about like what we like about you, and we had to write a paragraph.
Oh my goodness, you guys, thank you. Aww.
She's like a second mom to us and to her kids. She's everybody's biggest cheerleader.
She's a ray of sunshine.
She treats us like family.
So we went into treatment and we wanted to get to a really good community. And what finally got me, during Thanksgiving break, she sent a personalized letter to Michael listing a whole list of things that she was thankful for him for. Down at the bottom, she said, "I love you more." Her and Michael have a thing where she tells him she loves him, and he tells her, "I love you more."
That's the kind of woman she is. She is so loving. She is loving, and she is warm.
I'm so glad that this is where I was brought up as a teacher, because that kind of taught me how to be a teacher, and is to love first and teach second, and it all kind of comes together. And you know, I'm like just so taken aback, because I love them so much. The fact that, you know, they love me just as much just means a lot. Sorry, you're gonna have to cut that part out. I'm just overwhelmed, because, you know, we are a family and it makes a difference. And it's hard when they're in 5th grade, because they leave you and you hope you make that difference, but sometimes you don't get to see it, because they go on the next year and you hope they're thriving and they come back and see you, and, you know, that makes all the difference. But to say that I've made a difference is just, that's why you do it. That's why you do it.
Now, we could have picked almost any of her students from this year back to when she began teaching there in 1999, and I bet their families would also rave about Mrs. Struve. We're grateful that we could share the Hitzman's family story.
Oh, that's powerful in so many respects. Just a mom caring so much, and how far she's come with her addiction and everything, and then seeing her kids be impacted by a teacher. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch. But were they expecting a teacher or hoping a teacher would make such an impact?
She said she moved to Carmel because she wanted to go back to that community, Brandy Hitzman did, where she and her husband had grown up. And she told me she didn't think it would be a teacher who would make that difference. But when it was, she said she was so humbled and so thrilled that teachers cared so much about their students, that they would not only look at the students, but then at the parents as well. And Brandy said that Mrs. Struve would write her, Brandy, a letter saying, "You're a good mom. You're doing great." And Brandy said that made all the difference too.
You know how this works. Somebody out there saying, "I've got a teacher for you."
Yes.
So what do we do?
We certainly hope that. We would love to honor another teacher in February. So please send us a nomination. If you've got a teacher on your mind right now, go to wishtv.com/goldenapple right now and submit that nomination. Be sure to tell us the story too. We love to hear how these teachers have impacted you and your family or your school.
All right. Great story. And the search for the next one continues.
Yes, sir.